everyone.
Hello.
Mikel. Yeah, we are ready as well. So we start. So hello everyone. Oh, we have a lot of people joined us right away. Amazing. Thank you all. And as always, I believe we have plenty of new people today. Um, yeah, so we'll talk about daydreaming. We'll talk about X-Styles, how everything connected. So yeah, we will wait for a couple of more minutes for people to join us, and after that we will start our presentation, and we will also have a Q&A session and so on. Yeah, just double check if you can hear me, because Valeria, you can hear me. Am I right? Okay, okay. Well, I hope that's accent only one of our attendees face. Okay. Hey everyone, once again. Just want to say this session will be recorded. So if you have some insights that you want to go through later, you will be able to do so. And while we are waiting for more people to join, please share like an answer to a couple of questions. First of all, have you heard about daydreaming before? And secondly, where do you join from? As always, I like this question from Steve, like another host we have live sessions with. So yeah, don't be shy. And we already have a plenty, like a huge amount of comments. That's fixed. Hello, good day, Jay. Hi, Fabio. Nice to have you today. Elena, hello. Jay, amazing, amazing. Hi, Monica. It's amazing to have you today. Okay, perfect, Jay. Laura, hello. Hey, 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 hey. So I will just repeat myself. Have you ever heard about daydreaming before? And yeah, where do you join from? Hey, Willow. It's amazing to have you today as well. Thank you for joining. We have a new interesting discussion. Well, at least it's very. I was very curious about that when Valeria shared her story. And yeah, well, we are waiting for more people to join while we are waiting for some answers.
Since
In,
I can see someone writing, they have heard of daydreaming.
yeah,
Actually, we are speaking about maladaptive daydreaming, and this other word is very important. The maladaptive part.
mm-hmm. Okay. Whoa,
We have people
that's
from
nice.
Brazil joining. How nice.
Yeah,
US,
yeah.
UK, Croatia,
From the
New
UK,
Zealand.
the US as well. Okay, okay, amazing. Uh, perfect, perfect. So I believe we can start. First of all, I just wanna give like a short introduction to the speaker we have today, and I would say I'm always grateful and happy to receive some of the messages from our users. And first of all, Valeria, she is our user, like Xtiles user, and I was really excited to just to meet her, and after just to understand what maladaptive daydreaming is. And I was quite impressed by the work she does, and I believe it's also quite interesting, and it could be beneficial to the audience we already have, just to know slightly more about different um, things in life, I would say. So yeah, really happy to have Valeria today. Really happy to have her as our user. And as I mentioned before, but anybody who haven't met me before, I'm a part of Xtiles team. I was also a user of Xtiles a couple of years ago, and now I'm like have this blessing, I would say, and I'm real grateful for that, to meet our current users, and I'm real like amazed by the work they do. So if you're such an amazing user or person, uh, which I believe you do, just let's keep in touch. Maybe we will find some of ways how to share your story in front of our audience, and maybe you have your own community. So yeah, we'll talk about that. And we have a couple of comments, and we will start. So some people even if can like feel the effect of daydreaming by themselves. Um, yep. Yeah, hey again, Willow. Okay, Valeria, I believe we can start.
Okay, thank you very much for the introduction. Welcome to all of you. Thank you for being here. So, let me introduce myself first. So, my name is Valeria Franco, and I'm from Italy. And I'm here today to talk to you about maladaptive daydreaming, and that is a psychological issue that many people experience. And I'm talking on behalf of the International Society for Maladaptive Dreaming, that is a nonprofit organization which I founded a few years ago. And today I'm a vice president of this organization. I'd like also to mention that before this organization, I founded another one, an Italian one. It's called Maladaptive Dreaming Italia, because that was my first experience on my effort to bring awareness in the world about maladaptive daydreaming. So this is the reason why we have two logos here, because one is for the international and the other one is for the Italian one. So what is maladaptive daydreaming? It's a problem that brings people to live a sort of parallel life in their head. I like the metaphor of having a sort of TV series inside the mind. Okay, so with a story, with episodes going on, sometimes for really long time, and a sense of urge, a sense of addiction. So you can't really stop doing it because it's very addictive. So when the person in the comment said it's a curse, I really understand that, because I'm here because I was a maladaptive daydreamer myself. This is why I am really putting a lot of effort in bringing awareness to this problem, because nowadays even if it's better than it was a few years ago, still only few professionals inside the medical world or in the psychology world know about this, only few of them. So it's very important to spread awareness and to let them know that this exists. So this problem is not in the DSM right now. The DSM is a sort of a book with all the psychological issues, and maladaptive dreaming is not among them up until now. We want it to be there in the future. So, because if it will be there, all the professionals will know about that. It will be studied in schools. So right now, if you go to your psychologist and you tell that you are daydreaming too much, they may not understand you, not because it's their fault, it's just because they don't know it yet. But people are suffering from this. And one of the things that we find difficult when we explain that we are suffering because we daydream too much is that the word daydreaming and the word fantasies can actually be misleading, because we associate those words with positive things. Like people generally, when think about fantasy or daydreaming, they think about positive experience, and this is what it is for most of the people. Okay, so when we talk about maladaptive daydreaming, we are not talking about generic fantasy. We are talking about something very specific, and today I'd like to show you about this. So, Ellie Sommer is the professor who invented the term maladaptive dreaming, the definition. And the definition is Maladaptive dreaming is an extensive fantasy activity that replaces human interaction and or interferes with academic, interpersonal, or vocational functioning. So he wrote the first paper in 2002, and he nowadays there are a lot more research on this topic, but definitely not enough. The research are still there are many activities and universities around the world doing the research on maladaptive dreaming. This was the first one. So the Professor Sommer is the fundamental person who brought this problem into the world. So, to understand what maladaptive dreaming is, we need to understand the two components of it. So, the first one is the ability of fantasize immersively. And this is not a problem at all. Some people in the world are maybe born or maybe they develop this very early in their life, and it's just a personal character. It's just something that you have or not have. Okay, and it means that when you immerse yourself, you visualize and you immerse yourself in a fantasy, you really feel it like it's real. You know it's not real, but it feels like it's real. And we call this immersive daydreaming. You can be just an immersive daydreaming without it to be a problem. But because it's very rewarding for some people, we have another component, a sense of addiction. So if you have both of these components, the ability to do this immersive daydreaming, and you cannot stop doing it, there you have maladaptive daydreaming. So this is very important. It's not everyone can develop maladaptive daydreaming because you need to be the kind of person that have this ability to fantasize in a very immersive way. But if you are one of those people, it's not automatic that you become maladaptive daydreaming. We know people that have very immersed daydreaming, but it's not a problem for them because they can choose to do it or not do it. So it's important to understand the difference from other kind of fantasies, like or other kind of mind wandering. Okay, if you are ruminating and thinking and rethinking about event in your past, it may not be maladaptive daydreaming. If it's a positive experience, if you do daydream and then you feel better, you feel good, uh, it's not maladaptive daydreaming because the word maladaptive itself means it's not functional, it's not good for you, and it's not a creative or an artistic imagination. Some people come to us and they say, I must be a maladaptive dreaming because I'm an artist and I live in my fantasy. But this is not the point, because if it does not create a problem in your life, then it's not maladaptive, because by definition maladaptive means it is something bad for you. Okay, so if it has a positive output, if you can write because of your fantasy, if you can paint because of your fantasy, then it's not maladaptive. Maybe you can have both. You can have both creative fantasy and maladaptive. The maladaptive part usually is the thing that stops you from doing something with your life, even something artistic. So maladaptive dreaming is an issue because it affects negatively your life. So this is a quick difference. What is maladaptive dreaming? When you have a sense of urge, a sense of addiction, you can't stop doing it. A strong sense of presence, it feels like it's real. Sometimes it starts on its own. So people find themselves already daydreaming, and after that they get aware that it's happening. It has a strong narrative and emotional content. So, and it's different for generic fantasy. Like, for example, people fantasize about winning the lottery or going on holiday in an exotic place. It does not have a narrative purpose. It's not like a TV series where there's a story inside it. Maladaptive dreaming most of the time has a strong story. You have real feelings for imaginary characters, and this is the maybe the worst part, because you actually can fall in love. You can actually feel something for the people that you imagine about. So you create these people in your mind and you have feelings for them. And deep down, you know that it's all fake. So it's very, very heavy to live. And sometimes we also daydream about something negative, and that negative element, can start by their own. So people that just daydream usually don't fantasize about something negative, so the story don't take a dark turn. But with maladaptive dreaming, sometimes that can happen. And this is also important. You are always aware that it's not real, because if you are confusing, so if you do not know if what you're imagining is real or not, you have another kind of problem. This is not maladaptive dreaming. This is also important to understand. So if you have control over it, if you can start and stop, if it's generic, if it has an artistic output, that is not maladaptive dreaming. So, a very important thing. So the worst way maladaptive daydreaming interferes with life, it's with time. It steals time, times of your day and times of your life. So you really have the strong feeling that you should have done something else with the time that you spent daydreaming instead. So you look back and you see a lack of experiences. So it's not just a few hours in the day, you are lacking experiences. So maybe you watch back to your university years and you see you did not go out with friends, you did not have those kind of experiences that other people have or had. So you have gaps, because you lived that in your mind, not in your real life. And it's very dramatic when you age and you look back and you see you did not really live your life because you were daydreaming instead. And it's also very practical. So many people daydream before falling asleep and the first thing in the morning, or maybe maybe you wake up very early and you start daydreaming, so you can't sleep. Okay, and so it takes away hours of sleep, and you have sleep deprivation. Of course, the you have an impact on your life and the thing you should be doing instead, like studying or working. So we can. I like this metaphor. So if a gambler is wasting money, a maladaptive daydreamer is wasting time. It's more or less the same. You can do a parallel of these two kind of addiction. So a few things you need to understand to navigate the world of maladaptive daydreaming. With the word trigger, this is very important. A trigger is an element that sparkles the fantasy in a voluntary or involuntary way. And there are many kind of triggers. People use a lot of them. The most powerful is music. It's so powerful that people can decide to avoid music just because they know that the music is on, they will start daydreaming, because it has a effect sort of having a theme, like in a movie. You feel like in a movie, so it's very it brings you in this altered state of mind, that is the daydreaming. But it can also be a film, a movie, a book, a video game, even social media, and nowadays artificial intelligence is used as a trigger. Loneliness. So people daydream better if they are alone, and this is tricky because they choose to be alone, because it's like you want to daydream even if you know you shouldn't be doing that, and if you feel bad after you do that, but you want to do it. So they choose to be alone, but they also feel lonely at the same times, because you get on a vicious cycle, and you improve your life and have friends, and because of that you choose to daydream more. Usually it's present since childhood or early adolescence, or all people that we talk to tell us that. We feel shame, immense shame, and it's difficult. Maybe this is the reason why maladaptive daydreaming was discovered so late in history, because people do not talk about it. They do not talk about it even to their psychologist. So even with in that specific and protected place, they have really they feel really ashamed to tell about this. So these people really are hidden in the society, and mm, their family, their friends, they do not know that they have this problem. They may not know they have a problem at all, because we are masters of hiding. And if you sometimes when I talk about maladaptive daydreaming, some people answer saying, "Oh, I know someone like that. I know my friends. They are always, they are always in a fantasy world. They look a bit weird." Well, usually I answer that is certainly not a maladaptive daydreamer, because we are master in hiding. Okay, so if it's visible, it's not maladaptive daydreaming, and especially when they get caught because maybe someone enters the room and you are daydreaming, it's even more shameful. And we are working with awareness also to bring down this shame, because it's just an issue, it's not a choice, it's not something childish, it's just a problem. It happens to people like depression, anxiety, and other mental issues. And pacing back and forth or other movements, repetitive movements, these are these and the triggers, the music, are elements that help the sort of hypnosis state, auto hypnosis, that we create ourselves to daydream, because it's really a sort of different kind of consciousness, the one that we enter in when we daydream. So it's not the same for everyone, but many maladaptive daydreaming use pacing back and forth or walking around the table um, to um, to strengthen their daydream, their this experience. But it could be also other kind of repetitive movement, because it's really sort of an auto hypnosis, and it is studied also on under this um, aspect. Other thing that you need to know, it's present at all ages, so it's not something about being young or being childish. But the critical moment is when you are in your university years, because you find yourself with a lot of time, and well, before and after, people's life tend to be more structured. They need to be at school at a certain time or to work. So having a life with structure uh, help helps in a very practical way, so you do not have time to daydream, but it may not solve the problem, because you daydream all your free time, and that's still a problem. If you have 2 hours free time and you daydream, you're of course you're not happy, because even if it's a smaller amount, it's still you're still suffering. But anyway, most of people discover that they have maladaptive dreaming when they are in their 20s, early 20s, because they suddenly have a lot of time to organize by themselves, and they cannot manage it because they daydream all the time. And so maladaptive dreamers look for loneliness, but they are not necessarily the kind of people that are always at home. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. Some of them have also lived adventurous life. They have traveled, but still they have daydreamed more than they would have wanted for themselves, and they still feel that their life could have been a lot better without daydreaming. So imagine what they could have done without daydreaming. Okay, so let's not picture in our mind someone that is only in their bedroom, not seeing anyone. So today, luckily, we have many online communities of Maladaptive Daydreamers. There is a huge one on Reddit. There are many on Facebook and other platforms, Discord. And these people are looking for many things like answers. They want to know what is happening to them. They want to read other experiences like theirs. They are looking for connection because they feel lonely, they feel misunderstood. And they want to understand how to bring this topic to professionals and being understood by them. And understand also why they are misunderstood by the professionals themselves. So they are sharing this kind of experiences. When they talk about this, and sometimes they do not receive the proper answers, or maybe they are just encouraged just to stop daydreaming, which is absurd because if it was possible, people would have done it before. And they also want motivation to recover. Okay, so they are looking for all this, and especially connection and reading other people's stories. That was my experience too when I first found the community that is called the Wild Mind, that I also manage today. I spent a lot of hours just reading and reading and reading other people's stories because they were so similar to my experience. And it was shocking and also liberating because I did not know before if I was the only one in the world or if there was someone else out there like me, or maybe we were just three in the whole world. And it turns out that there were a lot of us. So reading other people's stories was really liberating. So, what is ISMD, the International Society for Maladaptive Daydreaming? It's a nonprofit organization, and it's born on February 2024. We launch on this month, and it's more than just a community. Because it's a real organization. We are a small organization right now, a non-profit organization, and we don't want to overlap or do something that is already been done by the many communities. That we want to support those communities. We felt the need to create an organization that is legal, that has a legal presence. We have two organization, we have a structure, and this is in our mind. This is the first step of something that can develop in the future. So, because being a true organization and not just an informal community online can allow us to recruit people, volunteers, and connect with university and other realities, or we can be authoritative. We can have the authority to talk to university and professionals more than just saying I'm an online community. And we want to work giving professionalism and giving education to people to understand what adaptive dreaming is and how to deal with it. And we with this structure we can also propose activities. And this is some of our project and goals that we have right now and we are working on. So we have a blog and a newsletter where we talk about a lot of topics. The idea in the future is that our website should become a sort of Wikipedia about maladaptive dreaming. Like all the information should be there. We are working on it, so we need a lot of volunteers to extend this website and all the information that we are sending. And then we want to become the reference point for all the community around the world, because as I said, they are just people joining on platforms. They are not real organization. We'd like to be, a center for this organization to rely on. We are doing a lot of educational events and webinar, and we have a team just for that. We are organizing many teams. I work in the marketing and communication team, but we also have a training and education team. We have a membership team. So we are providing events and webinar as a service to our members, but also to the world, to community all over the world. And maybe in the future, this is a higher goal. We want to, as a being an official organization, maybe it will help the maladaptive dreaming to be listed in the DSM. This is our long-term goal. So, if you are a maladaptive dreamer, what can you do? So, you can work on practical remedies such as avoiding triggers. I know I will be short on this. I know that you want to have a lot of answers, but now it's an event that is more about awareness. So, um, if you want to learn more, join us, and we will talk a lot more about how to deal with it. But just if it's the first time and you actually want to start to know how to deal with it, these are the first thing that you should know. So avoiding triggers. So if you, for example, if you the music is a very strong trigger for you, it's easy to say maybe do not listen to music, maybe switch to podcast instead. That was very helpful for me, for example, having to listen to content where people are talking about things requires more attention. So yes, or video games or everything. If something is really triggering for you, you can try avoiding it. We know that some people even hide their AirPods or somewhere because they want to reduce the music. There are also some creative ways, like visualizing an alarm ringing inside the fantasy, so ruining the fantasy for yourself, saying out loud, none of this is real, because it will ground you on your reality. So it's heartbreaking when you say it out loud, because on a certain level you know it, but you don't want to know it at the same times. So when you say it out loud, none of this is real, it's heartbreaking, but it works like a cold shower and you go back to reality. Being around people is very helpful. You can daydream if you are around people, but it's harder. Some people can even daydream when they are speaking with someone. It's very hard, but some people can master the hiding at such a level that they can do so. But it's harder. And so, if you, many, especially the students, choose to study in common rooms because being around people help them daydream at least a little bit less. And another trick is setting timers, especially if you're the kind of person who daydreams without realizing that the fantasy is starting. So if you set timers random at a random time of the day, they will bring you back to reality. But also, you should consider working on a therapeutic and personal path. Of course, going to therapy will help, even if the therapists don't know about maladaptive dreaming, and even if you decide not to talk about it for your personal reason. Uh, Working on your life and fixing other things in your life will improve, because the maladaptive dreaming in the end is escaping from reality, because you do not want to stay in this reality as you do not like it. So improving your reality even with therapy will make the daydreams useless. Okay. Work on emotional awareness. This is extremely important. Understanding the emotions that you feel before daydreaming, understanding that, understanding why you don't want to stay in this reality. What are you escaping from? What you're running away from? So understanding that, you will start a process of awareness and, as I said before, fixing your life. Maybe you feel anxiety and then you daydream. So the problem is anxiety. Maybe you feel lonely, maybe you feel bored, maybe you feel frustrated. So that is the problem. And you're using maladaptive dreaming as a sort of anesthetic not to feel it. So you need to start feel it to address it. Everything that is about personal growth, reading books, watching YouTube videos, it is about personal growth, will help you improve your life. And because of that, the daydreaming will be less useful for you, because you, if your life improves, you don't need them anymore. And this is a very, very powerful tool, mindfulness. Learn to how to practice mindfulness, because it will ground you on your reality, and it will do exactly the opposite of daydreaming. So maladaptive daydreaming will take you out of reality, and it will be a sort of anesthetic. Mindfulness will bring you back to reality, to your physical world, to your body. So it will work on the opposite. So this is a very powerful tool to learn. So the real solution, you know that you have reached the solution not when you force yourself not to daydream. That is useful for short-term tasks, like you need to go to work, you need to do an exam, and you can set alarm clock all day. But you will know that you have a solution when you forget to daydream. And maybe you can look in your back in your life and see the days where you forget to daydream, when your life and you actually lived in your present moment. Those moments will tell you a lot about the kind of life that you want, because when you don't feel the urge, you don't feel to escape. So that is your goal is not to force yourself, but to find a way that you don't need the daydreams anymore. So I like to say this: you don't need to heal your dreams, you need to heal your life. Because if your life is full and you enjoy it and you want to stay in the present moment, you don't need daydreaming anymore. So you really need to focus healing your life, everything in every sense that it could means. Therapy, being happier, pursue a sense of satisfaction, everything that brings you there. Thank you very much. This was everything that I had for you. If you want, these are our, you can find us here on our website. You can also subscribe to our organization and become a member. And doing that, you will also support us with our membership fee that is very low, is $25 per year, and it's very useful. You can also support us being a volunteer. You will find everything on the website. So we decided also that I show you how I use X styles. Shall we go there, or question first?
Yeah, I believe we can go there, but I just wanted to share personal feedback on, um, I wasn't dreaming or whatever. I was super focused on the way how you explain things, and you know, you can always feel when somebody understands what they talk about, and you definitely a person who understands what you are talking about. And we receive a lot of feedback inside our chat box, so a lot of people feel the same, and I really surprised because I have never faced this issue before. And but everything seems so logical, I would say, because there are some things in your life that you do not like and you try to escape it. That's how you find a solution, but not a real solution to the cause, to the root of the problems you have in your real life. You just create your own life. So yeah, it's yeah, that's like the mental health is really so deep, and we definitely need to pay attention to it like a lot. So uh, amazing, amazing session. Thank you so much, Valeria. And of course, I definitely want to share your story as a user of Hextiles and how it helps you to, like, in general. And after that, we can also have about 10 to 15 minutes to talk to the audience and to answer questions. So thanks.
Okay. Okay, so let's move to X style. Here it is.
Yeah, I will
So
make a screen slightly bigger so everybody will be able to see everything. So let's do it.
So I learned about textiles on a YouTube channel that is called I'm Autistic Now What because I'm a maladaptive daydreamer and I'm also on the autism spectrum, as I found out quite recently. That explains also a lot about my maladaptive daydreaming. A lot of maladaptive dreamers are also neurodivergent. There is a connection. It's not automatic, but it's more than on the general population. And so this when I saw this tool, I in my mind I thought this is the tool I should have invented. In a way, I was looking for it for a long time because it allows you to have on this is very simple. I don't know why it wasn't invented before, but you have both events and tasks on the calendar. And for me, that was life changing because I was really looking into this. Because when I was learning about how to manage time, uh, they always say that you need to put everything in your calendar, but then you always need to set up a time for that, and it cannot be always possible. And so you just get tired of it and you don't do it anymore. So this is a fake week because I didn't want to share things about my work or personal stuff about people and clients. So my work, just to give you context, is I'm a communication and marketing consultant. I am a freelance. So this is a possible week for me, and so I have events, video calls, and tasks that I need to go through. So and I, as you see, I am very colored driven. So I really need colors. And the amazing thing about textiles is that you can actually customize it a lot. I am a very visual person. I really need colors to understand what's going on, to understand it quickly. So not only I have customized all everything in a rainbow way, but also I use emoji to understand what is, for example, the customer or the activity that I need to do. For example, for the International Society for Maladaptive Dreaming, I use a pink heart and a blue one for the Italian one. You know, this is, I think it's very important to understand your functioning. So if you are a very visual person, very color person, just don't ignore it, go with it. So how do things go here? This is the important thing. So apart from the things that are there because it's they are repetitive, like I have a certain appointment every week. I can um, I can write straight on my calendar, and I use also this trick. I create a fake event on all day when I see that I don't want to take any more event or any more activity for a specific day. And this is more important than it seems because people usually put too many stuff on a single day because they want to motivate themselves. And so they fill up their days with a lot of activities. They never do it. And so they feel bad about themselves because they couldn't manage to do it. So it's very important that that you manage to finish all your tasks in one day. If you couldn't finish, just ask yourself why. Was it too long or was it another reason? Because you actually really need to set a time for rest and a time to recover, because you need to feel good about yourself in the day. Every bad feeling that you have because you did not finish what you were supposed to do will be a heavy, will be something that you carry with you, and will impact negatively on your ability to manage your time. And if your coping mechanism is to daydream, you will daydream more. So um, this is very important. Put on your calendar your recovery time. Okay, and everything that, like a day where you do not do anything. Okay, this is very important. But how do things go here? So I have this very important place. I call it an inbox, where I write down everything that comes to my mind. So it's a place where I just write down things that I want to do, or a website that I want to check, video that I need to be edited, they need to be edited, recurring activity, follow up people. So this is a very chaotic space, and it's supposed to be that way. So email that I need to answer. So you need to have just one place for everything that you need to write down. And then you decide when to process this. Maybe it can be once a week, maybe it can be every day. It's up to you and your activity. So every once in a while, I just go through this and I put this on the calendar. Okay. The important, so having an inbox place will free your mind of space, because everything that is suspended, that is like waiting to be done, will occupy the place in your mind, and you will not work properly. You will not function at your fullest potential. So write everything down just in one place. So some people have it on a physical place, but with exercise you can actually have everything together. And so you can visualize everything in the calendar as I showed you before, but you can have also a planner to organize the single week. So this was the week that you saw before, and you can have a clear view. And as you see, I'm obsessed with rainbows, so everything has a rainbow. And I have my days, and maybe I want to write down what's the focus of this week. And sometimes I prefer writing down things that I'm not sure where to put in my days. So I just want to know that I wanted to have this done by the end of the week. It could be useful to have this. And then every single day you can go inside, and as I want to remind you that everything here is customizable. So this is my personal setting. So inside the day planner, I have a calendar by hours, so I can see the single meetings, and I have a reminder of my tasks. And I have a place where I can take notes. So, for example, if one day I have a meeting, then I use this tab here to take note for the meeting. So I don't lose them. If I want to know what we talked about in the meeting, I go to the calendar, see when the meeting was, and go back to the notes. And I can add new tasks. And you can also explode your single tasks in more things. This is especially useful if you, for example, if you want to study. This is a more motivational trick for me. So if you want to study 2 hours, for example, you can break it down in 30 minutes, and you can have the very satisfying feeling that when you one by one you check your half an hour of studying. But you can also use these plates to write down other notes. This is really I really love how things connect with each other in Xtiles. And for this is mainly everything for time management. And this is very important because with maladaptive dreaming, time management is really tricky. But I'd like to show you also this for my projects. For example, for my clients or my agency, I also have very creative places where maybe, for example, I have all my colors, the font, and the things that I want to do, the pages of my website that I want to develop. So it's a very, very creative place where you can write down, and if you have a creative work, it's really, really amazing. And I think this is everything. It's useful for people to know.
Amazing, amazing. I really like your example. The very first time I saw it during our introductory session, I would say, I was so amazed by the number of colors. It was so colorful, and in that moment, I understood when people say Xstars not like Notion, because Notion is like black and white, and Xstars is a colorful place. And I really like how you can it's not a fantasy, it's a real life, how you can organize everything like you want, like you dream of, I would say. So yeah, that's nice. And if you are new to Xstars or consider upgrading, we also have like a 15% discount promotion code that will work to all of our plans, our subscription plans, and both on monthly and annual one. So if you want to go deep with X-Styles, because now we showed only like a, I know, just a surface, but still Valeria knows how to use it like quite in advanced way, but still we have a lot of features inside that could be useful in your case. Just imagine you can combine your personal and work life at the same time. Yeah. Um, yeah. Thanks a lot, Laura. That was really amazing. I like the experience. I like the flow and how you explain things and how you show things as well. And we have a big discussion in our inside our chat box. I don't know have you seen it or not, but Willow leads it, I would say. And I believe we have some time to answer questions. So please, if you have any questions to Valeria, just ask. And if you like this session, tell me if you wanna see Valeria again, maybe in a month. Maybe we can talk about the time frame, but always depends on your feedback. If you feel the session was truly useful, because it's not about Xstars, it's about life, and Xstars could be just a part of your life. So yeah, and let's start from some feedback. Monica, thanks a lot. Yeah, I also like how Valeria manage everything in Planner, so it's like amazing. I'd love to see Valeria again. Thank you. And by the way, by the end of the session, you will get an email where you can leave your feedback. You can evaluate the session. You can also say you will receive um, a link to Valeria's community organization, like in general, and also a recording, so you will be able to review it later. Thanks. Yeah, I feel the same.
So there is a
Thank you.
question, but I'm not sure about the question itself. So I
Mhm.
understand the difference between maladaptive and immersive. I'm just not understanding your point about how maladaptive daydreamers are able to do their internal fantasy daydream while it doesn't intrude. I'm not sure what the question is. So maybe you're asking how we do like normal things in life while we daydream. If that is the question, Elise Sommer speaks about split consciousness. It's like that our consciousness go on two binaries, and we can do two things at the same times. And one of the most common things is driving and daydreaming, like very immersive daydreaming while driving. It's still dangerous. We suggest not to do that, but we can do it. It's somehow
Mm.
it's sort of superpower because it's really incredible. Other people cannot do that. And so yes, we can do that during our normal life. and keep daydreaming. It's not a good experience though, because we are not present in real life, and of course we are not. Our brain is not fully doing the thing that we are supposed to do. So there are a lot of negative side. Of course, you can imagine that.
Hmm.
But if you want to explain more the question, I will be happy to understand it.
Yeah, there's also a couple of questions. So I have highlighted
Yeah,
one of them.
that has helped me from my recovering with maladaptive dreaming, finding a sense in my life. So I always had the feeling that I had something to give to the world, but I was not able to do so. I felt stuck. I couldn't figure out what to do with my life. I have all this energy in my head. I had skills, and I just couldn't do anything. I was doing very low level jobs. And when I started, so when I found out about maladaptive dreaming, that gave me a sense of purpose, and that changed everything. Now I'm doing a lot of other things as well. I'm trying my being on myself. I do my own work, my marketing agency, and working with the art. That is my big passion, and that and helping people gave me the sense of purpose and the sense of I'm living for a reason. That is the best thing for me, what really helps me get out of maladaptive dreaming.
Yeah, that was really personal. Um, One more interesting question, I would say.
How do you feel about all those wasted hours now, and how to incorporate this talent, let's call it, for your life? It's now I feel that everything was for the purpose of being able to help other people and to talk about that, understanding them. And I also feel that in the few, like my last 10 years of my life, I lived so intensely to make up for all the wasted hours and years before. So I really feel I'm not sorry anymore. If looking back, I used to be sorry. I used to think, what did I do from my 20s to my 30s? I'm not sure what did I did. Actually, I did a lot of things, but I had this feeling that I wasn't living fully. But after that, I was able to um, I was able to live so fully that I made up for all those lost years.
Amazing answer. Yeah, just amazing. Yeah, it was on purpose, I would say. And I believe we can also cover a couple of last questions. And this question I'm really curious about by myself. It's about recovering. Is it possible to recover for 100%, or it's still, like a couple of percents that you can be addicted with?
You listen to Earth day by day, so you can fully recover.
Mhm.
So you don't have the urge anymore. But this is very very important. It doesn't mean that you don't daydream anymore in your life. It means that it does not interfere with your life anymore. I still daydream. It's fun. And sometimes I daydream on purpose because maybe I am anxious, so I just daydream a little bit. So I do it with the purpose to soothe myself. And but when I feel it doesn't happen a lot, but sometimes the urge comes back a little bit, not as strong as before. It's not even close. But when I start feeling a little bit of urge, that means it's like an alarm. It's like, okay, you need to understand because something is not going well in your life. So maybe the stress is too high. Maybe there's something you need to fix. So actually, the urge now for me is a way of it's a signal that I need to take care of something in my life. But anyway, Some people decide that they don't want to daydream anymore. It's like alcoholism. Some people, they
Mhm.
know they cannot stop, so they don't drink. Other people decide that they can drink sometimes, and it's okay.
Well,
And
interesting
yeah,
perspective.
and you do not have to be scared of fallbacks because they happen, and they don't mean they don't mean anything. So perfectionist thinking is very dangerous because you are at risk of saying to yourself, "Oh, today I daydreamed after 4 months, so everything is lost." Don't make it mean that. You just have a fallback. It doesn't mean anything. You will go back living fully the next day.
Yeah, I also heard this idea when you start counting days. It's like you're waiting for the moment when you can say like, "Oh, I've been out of this for a number of days, a number of months." So just it's I do not know anything about daydreaming. I know slightly more to because I found out thanks to Valeria, but do not count days or weeks or whatever. Don't be hard on yourself. Yeah, I believe that's you can
Yes,
apply it
that
like in
is
general
very
in your life.
important because negative emotions will bring you to daydream more. So be kind to yourself and forgive yourself because otherwise you just want to daydream more.
Yeah, yeah. I believe we need to finish.
Okay.
Just wanna highlight a couple of more amazing feedback from Willow. Amazing talk. Yeah. Um, love the layout. Yeah, also like the layout a lot. Uh, yeah, colors make you pay attention. Yeah, you maybe I do that. In my case, I just make some of the tiles we have in X tiles, like gray or white, so I do not pay attention to them. And yeah, that's amazing um, workaround. And oh, very impactful. Thank, thanks.
Thank
Yeah,
you
thank you
for
so
your
much.
amazing comments. And I couldn't answer to all of you, but I've read you and I will read you even after because I missed some of them. So thank you
Hmm.
so much for your comments.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, Valeria, thanks again. It was a really amazing session. I always enjoy when we have something with our users. And that's something that I believe that's the best part. Sometimes people ask to run like a live session, but they do not know about Xstars anything, and I say it will not work because it's not a true match. Because you will be, I would say, promoting Xstars because it's our platform, our audience, whatever. But it doesn't work that way. So we only like true stories from true users and amazing people. So. I was really happy to have you today. Really happy to have so many comments. I because usually I highlight all of them, but this day I wasn't able to do so. And let's have another session maybe next month or after that, because I really feel that we have so many more to talk about.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. And that's it. Thank you all. Thanks for joining, and I wish you a great rest of your day. And I'll see you with Valeria next time. See ya.
Thank you.